tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out.
Hello, Healthy Family, and welcome to today's Mindset Monday. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with me. I love and appreciate you all. Sorry, I was looking down. Thought I heard the baby. I was like, I just put this boy down. All right, so today's Mindset Monday, we are talking about how to tell if you're being taken advantage of and how to stop it, right? We need the solutions. All right, we've got to identify the problems and come up with the way on how to stop it because I am all about solutions. We can complain and grumble, excuse me, and identify all we want to, but until we come up with a way to stop it, solve it, fix it, correct it, so it doesn't happen anymore, we're going to stay in the same loop and cycle, okay? And I apologize if I'm talking really fast because I am outside. I'm not under the screen. So the pollen is killing me. These mosquitoes might start popping. So, if your girl's rushing, that is why, okay? So, how to know, first of all, if you're being taken advantage of. And this applies in your personal life, your love life, your familiar life, your work life, whatever, okay? If someone is constantly always asking you to do things without saying, hey, can you do it? Like if they're kind of asking, telling you, they're not trying to find out if you're busy, what your schedule's like, and then if you try to speak up and be like, oh, I can't, but they kind of cut you off and insert their own business in, they are taking advantage of you, okay? They are preying on your kindness, all right? You should really take note of how people talk to you, okay? Because sometimes it can be like, no, they always ask me and I say okay, or they just casually mention it and I'm such a kind person, I just went ahead and did it. But if they know that you're a kind person and they know that you're just going to jump on it, they are taking advantage of that, okay? Beware. If you all go out and hang out and they never offer to pick up the tab, or they never make the plans, right? They're always like, hey, what we doing? Okay, they want you to come up with it. That way they can be like, oh, you invited me out, or you came up with this, or I don't got it, right? They are taking advantage of you. And this is on a consistent basis. If they consistently are doing these things, they're taking advantage. If someone moves in and invades your space, again, without asking you. So you have a friend that's like, hey, I'm coming in town next weekend. Make sure the couch is ready. And you're like, wait, no, it's not. And they don't even really stop to be like, hey, can I come and stay on your couch? And then it turns out that they were coming in for the weekend, but they did not have a return ticket to go back. And now it's turned into weeks, which turns into months, which now is turning into a headache for you. They are taking advantage of you, okay? If people ask you to do things outside your purview, things that you really should not be doing for them, they are taking advantage of you, okay? Like, I don't know, asking you to massage their feet. At work, they're asking you to do extra duties outside of what it is you're supposed to. Your parents are asking you to do things that they really can hire someone else to do, or a handyman can do, right? Things like that. Okay, people calling and expecting you answer my call, first ring, every time at the drop of a dime. They are taking advantage of you. Okay, they are not really being considerate of what you have going on. If they only want to deal with you when they need something. So let's say you're having a bad day and you're like, you know what, let me call my friend and vent to them. And you called and you're like, hey friend, guess what happened to me today? And they're like, what? And you're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, man, that sucks. Listen, let me call you back. They don't offer you any real advice. They listen to you for like two seconds, and that's it. It's done. But when it's about them, they call you, hey, guess what happened? Blah, 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 blah. Just vomit all over you what it is that's happening in their life. You sincerely offer them assistance, and they're like, okay, yeah, thanks, peace. And they go about their business, and now you're sitting here mulling over it while they're feeling better. They're taking advantage of you. Okay, if you constantly are the one who is calling and checking up just for well-being, never really wanting anything, and they're always the one that's like, yeah, I need you to do this, yeah, I need you to do this, they're only messing with you when they want something, they're taking advantage of you. Okay, if you stop calling and they never call back, then hey, that's a benefit for you because they were only using your time and your energy and your resources. They never really wanted a real relationship with you in the first place. Okay? If you have a romantic relationship and you notice that they're only intimate with you when they want something, or every time they're intimate it leads to something, or you're like, man, you just rocked my world, and they're like, yeah, I need like $600, okay, and now you're in a state of euphoria and you just give it up, they're taking advantage of you. Okay, beware of people like this. They are out there. Okay, the vultures are heavy, they are strong. There are people here on this planet just to use, just to suck, just to siphon, just to abuse. Okay, don't think that everybody out here is about peaches and cream. There are people out here who came here to experience being a freaking leech. So you have to identify it. Now, when you identify these things, how do you correct it? How do you stop it from happening over and over again? First things first, know your self-worth. Okay, most of the time you get taken advantage of when you're naive. Okay, when you're naive or you're ignorant to what's happening, so you can't make a better choice about it, or when you are lacking self-confidence. Your self-worth is not up to par, so you feel like you have to do these things for these people to keep them happy, to keep them in your life, because you enjoy their presence, right? When you all go out and you have to pay for the tab, it's always a good time, right? They always make it fun. Okay, so you need to know your self-worth. Okay, have your strength, have your confidence, and be like, no, enough is enough. Okay, secondly, know how to say no. Okay, there's a difference between knowing your self-worth and your self-confidence and knowing how to say no. And you can say no in a nice way. You don't have to be mean and miserable about it, but you can just say, I don't have it. I don't have it today, right? You go to the restaurant and they don't have their way to pay, but like, I only brought enough money for me. My account's about to be overdraft. So I don't know what you're gonna do. Waiter, can you please split the check? Here's my tab. I don't know what they're going to do, right? Know how to say no. Know how to put your foot down, okay? But you can't put your foot down and know how to say no if you don't have confidence in yourself. So you have to have your confidence first. That's first things first, okay? Thirdly, if it's somewhere where it's a relationship where they're only taking and you're always giving, stop giving. Stop putting yourself out there. Stop being like, I haven't heard from so-and-so. I wonder how they're doing. Or the last time I heard from so-and-so, they were having such a bad day. Let me call and check up on them and see what's going on. Or so-and-so, this, and this, right? You're always worried about them and following up with them and checking up on them and following behind them, scooping up, cleaning up behind their mess. Stop doing that. If you stop doing that, I guarantee you that either they are going to call and be like, hey, what's up? Long time no see. And then you're going to be like, or long time no talk or whatever. And you'll be like, yeah, it's been a while, you know. I didn't call and check up on you because I was focused on my own thing. And they're like, yeah, man, I understand about focusing on your own stuff because I've had so much going on. And they start loading up on you. Now you just be like, okay, yeah, no. You know what? I'm going to have to call you back. And then you block them. That's how you deal with it, okay? You block them and you stop answering their phone calls. Because if it's been a long time, a long hiatus where you all haven't communicated, and the first thing they do when you all do start communicating is start dumping their crap on you, they start falling back into that same habit, guess what? It's time to stop communicating with them. It's time to put them on ice, okay? It's time to block them and let them be, okay? And then fourth, stop worrying about people's company and what they think and how you can be around them. Be comfortable with yourself. When you're comfortable with yourself and you learn how to keep yourself company, then you don't have to rush or relate or beg for anybody else to give you their time, okay? And with that being said, I see baby is up and at him, so I'm gonna go grab him. But take this information to heart because there's more people out here than not being taken advantage of, okay? I love you all, and until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love.